Alright, welcome to Cardshop Sim. It's been about a week since I last streamed. Some family came in over Thanksgiving holiday, and so yeah, a bit to talk about today while we open some cards. Last time we opened cards, we opened shop too. How I know is because while we may have a 5k card, it dips right down to 1,000 and then right into the 300s. So we had to have opened shop. So today we're going to be opening cards, but before we do, we have a few things to go over. The first thing is right before stream, literally everything I had that wanted to decided it wanted to update, pretty much. So we got another update for Cardshop Sim, but it's mostly just bug fixes and UI stuff and whatnot. But the update before that, which happened over the weekend as well, is this item. Put up to 10,000 cards for customers to take for free and make them happy. Good way to get rid of low cost cards in order to boost your rating. But yeah, we are going to open shop at the end of stream because there's another new mechanic that they came out with where you can assign everyone a secondary task as well as a primary task, and also, as you can see, 4 registers. I don't know if I showed that off last stream or not, so that pretty much catches us up with everything that's going on with the shop and this game. Okay, cool. Let's do 10. 6,600. 6,600. Alright, cool. Now then. Apparently, we're gonna get to the actual real life stuff that happened. Family came in over the weekend, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed talking with them. They were a family that me and my mom rarely ever get to see. If at all, hardly. So, it was fun talking with them. And I learned a lot about, a little bit about myself, and a little bit about the family. And it was really nice. Alright, first pack. Like, I used to be a lot scrappier when I was a bit younger. A little bit of a troublemaker. Turns out more members of the family were troublemakers than I ever originally thought. And, scrappier too. I know, like, brothers and sisters fight all the time, and brothers like to not, like, try to harm, but, like, try to wrestle each other and stuff. But I didn't know that some of the family were really scrappy when they were a lot younger. Even now, even some of them even now have that fight in them. So it's good to know that I'm not crazy when it comes to that. I also found out a bit more about my uncle who came to visit. Turns out he was in the Navy, and he also was, I forget if it was a volunteer EMT or like he was in the Navy, but he was like an EMT or something like that way back in like Yeah, corpsman. He was a corpsman. Thank you. And he did a lot of it was back, I forget exactly when he said it was, but it's cool to know that, you know, some of the stuff I have an interest in, like all the little medical shorts from a channel called Firefighter Chronicles, is some of it he can actually relate to, and we kind of joked and laughed about some of it. But this was way back before things like adenosine and stuff. So it's kind of really cool to get that kind of perspective. 224. So that was really, really cool. And him and I kind of share a little bit of our perspectives in common. Like, while he doesn't always find everything he looks for interesting, he does like to learn little things about as much as he can. And I feel like that's me quite a bit. I'm always like asking questions, looking things up. Even if I know I'm never gonna say it or use it again, I'm always curious about various things too. Like, that's how I found the Firefighter Chronicles. That's how I found a lot of the music. That's how I found a lot of the shows. It just looked different and interesting, so I watched it. Kind of a thing. But yeah, most of the time they were here was literally just us sitting around and talking. And it was a really lovely time. I really, really enjoyed them coming down. And by the way, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving. Me, my mom, and my family, we had a feast. We feasted good. That's all. Everything was good. So, yeah. That was kind of the whole family trip. A lot happened, yet nothing at all happened. Because all of it was just us sitting around and talking. And having a good time. And honestly, it's very rare that I sit around and just talk. Yeah, we're still eating on leftovers. I about got the green bean salad casserole finished. I'm trying to eat on what I know nobody else wants to eat first, and then I'll dive into the other stuff. But yeah, it's almost gone. One thing down, 50 other things to go. I'm exaggerating about the number, but that's definitely what it feels like. I'm betting 8 cards left. Oh no, I was wrong. So far the boxes have not been treating us very good. My toe is definitely improved a great deal. I was talking with my mom. We both don't think it was actually broken. It was just stubbed really, 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 really good when I bashed it against my bed frame. I thought for sure it probably would have been broken, but I'm grateful I was wrong. Oh, yeah, I need to eat on the salad too. Oh, how about tonight I do just that? Because you know me, I love my carrots, so I'm just a step away. I just need to eat the lettuce, spinach, and all that, and I'll become a real rabbit. Anywho, so yeah, weekend was really good. Had to move some stuff around in the house to, much to our cat's dismay. Now everything's back to normal, so Sassy was really, really good with that. She usually hates strangers and doesn't really like people all that much. So, yeah. Then, let's see. I'm trying to remember everything that happened. So, that was kind of the whole family visit. And it was really nice. Yeah, the cards are being really crappy right now. But, like it or not, it's what we deal with. We roll. If I have to, I'll probably wind up opening... Regardless of what happens, I'm opening up shop at near the end of stream, because I want to show off the one new mechanic. The card box donation I like, but I'm not really struggling with customers. So, moving on to other things. Since they left around the weekend, and I don't stream on the weekends, the next thing that happened was, I don't think there was a playtest. I remember talking about the last playtest they were planning on doing, and I did join that, and I really enjoyed myself. So, the relaunch is coming soon, and it's going to be awesome. I'm hoping that, they keep up with what they're doing. It's heading in a very good direction. But over the weekend, there was a Super Customs. Me and my friends all got together. Phoenix and me and all the big friend group got together, and we played a bunch of different levels, or a couple of different levels, a bunch of different modes. I got my butt kicked for 90% of it. To be expected. They're like hardcore shooter players, and they were the type. Some of them were the type to play ranked mode on the original Splitgate back when it was still around. So, hey, 416. So there's that. And I said 416. Just in case you might have thought I said 6D, I said 16. Okay. Good. Yep, there was 8 left. So, I played Super Customs, got to check out Phoenix's newest map he created, which was really cool. He made a new version of one of his older levels. And this will be the last Super Customs until the relaunch. And to be honest, I haven't played much Splitgate since the last playtests I did. And the playtest before that, I didn't play it up until then as well. So I went a couple of months without playing it for real. Just playing one playtest and then the next. Wasn't even sure if I was going to participate, but yeah. It snowed pretty good here. We got a lot of snow. I had to shovel the snow the other day down to the street. 422. So that's another little thing. I liked the snow, and it was also fun reminiscing about my first time snow, you know, more family related stuff. That's some of the stuff we talked about, is like old memories and the good old days and stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, I like snow. I think it's nice. I mean, I prefer, like, the perfect temperature between hot and cold, which is, like, a super rare occurrence, where it's not too hot, and there's a nice, cool breeze. That's kind of where I'm at with it, but I think I don't mind snow. Mind you, I don't like shoveling it all the time if there's a big snowstorm, but, you know, 167. And then, let's see. So we talked about other family, Thanksgiving dinner. Oh yeah, I couldn't record. I tried to record some of it, but the video was just choppy. Just choppy. So, unfortunately, no recording for that. The Splitgate. The Splitgate playtest and, Super Customs that I was just talking about. Sorry, I did jump a little bit there. Because I know I was just talking about, like, snow and stuff. And I tried it. Then I said I was recording, so I'm sorry about that. Now, apparently, on to the next topic. I've pretty much been also playing Final Fantasy IX by myself. Kind of getting back up to the part where I'm currently at, with more of a better build, in case I get stuck and have to switch. So I can grind off stream on my main account. If I need to, like, make progress one day, then I can just hammer hard throughout the rest of the week and whatnot on my own time, grinding up, getting past whatever I was stuck on, and then moving forward. So, yeah. pretty much almost the same level, but way better off because I have more skills mastered. I'm using better stuff. So, we're all good. And also, apparently, Vampire Survivors is getting a card-based roguelike, which is extremely interesting to me. I'm very, very interested in it. So that's now going to be on my radar, and I'll be talking about it. Which is really cool. Really cool. I'm hoping that it comes out and it's a blast. I think that means that they're done entirely supporting Vampire Survivors, which did have an update before stream went live, because that was another thing that wanted to update, which was annoying. They're like, hey, yeah, we're doing this. I mean, there was an announcement for it earlier, but basically they put out a quick fix patch for some of the challenges and characters that were bugged, so we can unlock them now. I also did wind up 100% platinuming Vampire Survivors as well. Even though I haven't unlocked all the characters. Which is weird, because you would think to platinum it, you would have an achievement for collecting all the secrets of the base game, and then like optional DLC stuff. I guess because it's all paid DLC that's left to do, that they wouldn't have it as an achievement, because then you would have to buy the DLC to 100% it, but 153. I would think that maybe if you bought the DLC, then you get the achievements for it. Like 100% completing all the secrets and stuff for the DLCs. But that's not how it works, apparently. So, yeah. Also, Steam had its Black Friday sale. I didn't wind up getting anything. There's a couple of games that maybe way down the road I would want to pick up, but not even close to right now. Because I have too many games that I already have that I haven't even played, that I'm going to be playing for stream, 123. Some games I'm probably sure won't even really run really well on my PC. Some are going to be games that I just kind of throw my face at a bunch until I beat them kind of games, which I don't think is going to be very fun for stream. Things like that. Just a variety of different reasons. I was watching a streamer play Claire Obscure Expedition 33. The combat looks really, really intense. Because it's based on real-time combat, but set in turn-based stipulations. What I mean by that is there's a turn order. It's not like there's a waiting bar and then once it's filled based on your character speed, they act. And like, enemies will attack you even if you do nothing. That's not how the game works. More like it becomes your character's turn. You have actions you can do, and some of them come with quick time events, which requires you to hit a button in order to, in a kind of like rhythmic fashion, in order to, or like they have a button prompt that will pop up, and you have to hit it before it's too late, or you ruin your combo. And it's like, if you complete the presses perfectly, your attack is more powerful. If not, then your attack is weaker. Things like that. But instead of having like a block system, it's literally just timing your button presses with their attacks to either dodge or even parry their attacks. And if you parry all of their attacks and their combos, you can counter them and deal damage back to them on their turn, while taking no damage yourself. But parrying is harder, or just as hard as what they call a perfect dodge. And it's just like, you don't get time to rest unless it's your turn. If you're in a tense situation and you make a plan of action, then it's not like, okay, now I can do the plan of action and then just, you know, switch everyone to defense and then pass my turn and they'll attack me and I'll take less damage and then it'll be my turn again. No, it's, okay, I have this plan, I enact it, and then immediately when it's the enemy's turn after my plan is done, after I'm hitting all these buttons, it's waiting on, focusing on what the enemy is doing and timing my dodges and parries to their attacks. Because there is no defend option in that game. So, battles are very, very fast-paced when it's not your turn, and when you're using your turn and actually enacting what you want to do. And it just sounds like, honestly, a game I would play on easy mode, because I wouldn't want to get absolutely destroyed 24/7. So that's something that I've wanted to play, but the more I watch it, the less I'm like, do I really want to just bash my head against simple enemies until I figure it out? Like, for the most part, it seems, the timing seems like a game that you would have to play to understand when it comes to the timing. Like, you can't look at a screen watching someone play in the middle without seeing the tutorial and all that, and say, oh, okay, here's where you block, here's where you block. It's just not that simple. At least to me. So. That's all the money we've made so far? That's really not good. The cards are being extra crappy today. That's fine. It happens. A fun fact about me, I used to watch 117. Oh, speaking of watching, never mind. My Hero came out with its newest episode, I think over the weekend, or I watched it over the weekend. It's exactly what I thought it would be. The previous episode was literally the final battle, and this episode was just seeing everyone and basically doing a quick checkup on how everyone is doing. Like, a lot of the characters were severely injured in their battles, and now they're up walking around. A little time has passed, not a whole lot. They're just back to their normal lives. You know, seeing how things are kind of beginning to move forward. Getting a brief checkup on basically wrapping everything up. And I'm betting the next episode will be a here's what's like in the future kind of episode. 161. Which would leave one final episode, which I do believe is called an OVA, which I think is like a non-canon, not filler, but like anime only, I think, is what it's called. And it probably will have to do with some of the promises that some of the characters made to other characters. Like, kind of like a final goodbye episode. That really has... That's kind of what I'm betting it is. 126. So I'm kind of betting that that's where that's going. I wouldn't call it pure filler, but I wouldn't also call it just pure canon either. And for those that don't know, filler is basically stuff the anime made up that isn't in the manga that does not progress the story forward. There are good types of filler and bad types of filler. And it's all dependent on where it's placed. If they want to give us a episode about this child that was rescued 50 episodes ago, like 3 or 4 seasons ago, then like go for it. You know what I mean? Especially since the kid is truly a kind and gentle soul, and also just adorable. 126. She tries so hard, and she's been through a lot in the show. And she wanted to basically, after the world is saved, because basically the cast of heroes brought joy into her life that she hadn't known for a long, long time, that she wanted to sing for them because because one of the first things they did after rescuing her was like a concert for a school festival or something like that. I don't remember exactly, since I haven't actually watched that particular arc of the show. I kind of fell off after right before season 4 started, and then I saw some clips of like season 7, I think it was, which I jumped right into because I was interested in, and then followed from there. So I still need to go back and watch the 212 episodes where after they rescued this kid, like, they got her to open up with this school festival and stuff. And so she wants to return the favor at the end of the show by singing. If they want to do an episode revolving around that as kind of a, this ties up all the everything, like the final loose end, and basically does everything, like, I'm all for it. People can skip the final episode if they want. I don't care. That's their decision. But I don't know exactly what an OVA is as compared to whether it's pure canon or filler. Maybe it's like a spin-off thing that they put into the anime and make it canon. I don't know. I really don't know. All I know is the plot is pretty much finished at this point. 426. So all that's left is basically the future, the glimpse into the future, tying up all the loose ends, and then the final episode will be something. If I remember correctly, from what I've seen. I don't know if it's 100% confirmed or not, it's just my theories. And One Punch Man, which is now one of their episodes became the worst rated anime episode of all time. Or one of. Actually had a really good episode, apparently. I was watching people literally lose their minds that the show actually had a good episode in season 3. So that's cool. Good for them. Sorry, I was munching on something. And the final thing I really have to talk about, or that I want to talk about, is I used to be a wrestling fan back when I was a lot younger. And then the show became very predictable. Like, literally, I was calling every single outcome because, like, the show had gotten very stale for me. Every once in a while I would get something wrong, but 90% of the time it was like, yeah, I can see what's gonna happen here. And, John Cena, one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, a while ago, announced that this year would be his last year, so I've been kind of watching highlights and keeping up with what's been going on. And there was a pay-per-view not too long ago, 185, that he was a part of, or a PLE. I don't remember which is which. I know pay-per-view is like, I guess an in-house show is what a PLE is. But I think, I'm not entirely sure. But at the last time he wrestled, he actually won the only championship he never got to win. He's won literally everything outside of the Divas division of wrestling. So the tag team champs, the world champ, the heavyweight champ, the US title, and now he became the Intercontinental Champion. And I like the fact that he won that title, but at the same time it's really weird because in his very next appearance he winds up losing his title to the man he got his title from. And I'm just like, why not have him drop it in his final match against someone who isn't the champion, or who wasn't the champion? You know? Add some stakes to his final match, since he's only got one more match before he's gone. Why give him the title if you're going to just take it away and put it back on the person that he took it from to begin with? Because to me, that just screams, here's a cookie for your hard work. Good boy. Let me throw you a bone. It's like, really? It's kind of sad to see, I'm not gonna lie. And probably after John Cena's final match, I'm just not gonna even bother keeping up with wrestling anymore. Because for me, it feels like wrestling is run by factions now. Like, groups of people. Like, you used to have your tag teams and stuff, but now it's like 4 people are always feuding with 4 people. Every match has, like, always have interruptions and foul play and, interferences. And it's like nobody can just have a clean match where no one else gets involved. Because, oh, he's a member of this faction, and so this faction has to run out and help him. Because he's losing. But don't forget that that guy who was winning and is now getting jumped also has a faction. So they have to come out and help. And that's literally almost every match. No one ever gets a clean win. And most of the time it's due to pins or no one gets a clean pin because it's either A, a roll-up, or B, interference from the outside. There are very, very few, like, singles matches that are clean start to finish. And there's so much so many tag team matches and all this other stuff. And they use old wrestlers just for cheap pops when they know they're not going to come back. And even if they do, they come back to lose to other talent. Like, we've had 4 returns over these past few months, and all of them have just completely been destroyed. Because it's like, oh yeah, I'm back, and now I'm back, and everyone wanted to see me for a long time, so I'm gonna lose literally every match I'm a part of now. Why bring him back in the first place? I don't understand the logic these days of wrestling. I really don't. $135. Trying to adjust my seat a little bit. So other than that, yeah, that was my entire weekend. And my entire, like, stream break. Honestly, for the most part, 90% of the time, I was just talking with family about family-related stuff. They went to bed earlier than I do, and that's when I got on computer. Pretty much. There was only like one day where everyone was busy doing their own thing. That was like late afternoon. Pretty much around the time where I would probably be just finishing up streaming. And I think it was on, I think it was like Friday it happened. So maybe one day I could have streamed. I'm like, nah. So yeah. How was everybody else's Thanksgiving and week? If anybody would like to share. Hey, we also did get a level up, which is nice. Yeah. My mom says, wonderful, spent most of the time in the kitchen cooking and talking with people. Yeah. Hearing stories that you... Hearing childhood stories and secrets that you never knew. We're down to 3 boxes. So what's our money looking? I know we were getting a couple of hits here and there for a little bit. Ooh, only 2,000. Almost 3,000. So about half of what we needed, pretty much. We only got 3 boxes left. Making our way through it. Yeah, it only does take 1 pack, you're right. Technically, it only takes 1 card. pretty much all the updates I have. So now we're just in big chill mode. $1,691. There we go. I'll put us into the 4,000 range. $2K more to go before even. Alright, cool. Last handful of cards, and then I take my first break of the stream. We shall see. We're not even yet. A lot can happen. Alrighty. I'm gonna take a break. So take this chance to get up and stretch, and I'll see you soon. Be right back, everybody. And we are back. Let's see how the middle half treats us. Ooh, 252. By the way, were you ready? I might have just taken off on my own. Okay. I forgot to ask. I just went. Excuse me for a second, I'm about to have a small coughing fit. Water tried to go down the wrong pipe. Whew. I need to... Tip of the day. Don't try to inhale your water. Will not lead to very good things. Do not breathe while you're drinking. Or inhale. Man, we've gotten so many 50s today, it's a real shame. Yeah. We've been getting a lot of small god packs. 133. With so many 50s in them that we're just not gonna use. Other than maybe getting graded cards. Uh-oh. I can count the cards while you fix your mistake. So what exactly, so how did you mess up? Okie dokie. So we're gonna be off by a couple hundred is what I'm gathering. Like I said, we'll probably be a couple hundred away then. Or a couple hundred off. So I pulled like 100 or 200 plus cards. So not that big of a deal. It happens. It's okay. $235. We've got one more box after this. $152. And you said, why always to you? Because you're putting in a lot of numbers and hitting a lot of pluses. So I can easily see someone accidentally hitting times instead of plus. Putting in a lot of different numbers. Accidents will happen. 117. $1K left before even. These are the this is the last hand. That's it. Even if we count the missing cards that, unfortunately, since you hit the times instead and had to go back to a previous number, I only think there was like $500 worth of cards. So we didn't even break even with that extra number of cards that more than likely weren't counted because of the slate oops. So we were $500 short. No, it's still gonna be the same price. Oh yeah. Because we were... Okay, yeah. So you're adding up the total too. It was 6,600. So it'll be 7,600. So 7,600, right? Okay, so yeah, 7,600. Cool. Alright. Might as well save game because I did get some ghost rares and I did get a couple of good sell cards, so might as well. Yeah. Alright. Let's hope this round is better than the first round. Because today we just might lose money. It'll be the first time it's ever happened, but it happens. Take this headset off. The music is starting to make me a little sleepy. The repetitive elevator music. 283. Nice. 110. $192. Yeah. I didn't bother looking for any new music over the weekend as well. I really should have, but, you know. 'Tis what it is. Is there gonna be 8 left? No. Okay. First box down. Oh, we're starting to make some progress here. We're on our way. I can say that much. Yeah. Took 3 boxes to get over 500. The first set. Very abysmal. $224. Well, despite not getting much from these last boxes, we're still pretty much ahead of schedule. For the first set of boxes, at least. go. Alright. There we go. That should be fine. Almost 1,000. We're in the 800s. Yeah, not really. 153. Oh wait, was that 1,000? 1,589. Or 98. Wow. 1,598. Okay, no, it was... I was right about both numbers there. Alright, well. Did you get both those numbers? That was a good pull. I thought it was a god pack, and I thought I got misread the first number, but I didn't, I guess. 101. 232. 1 345. Already much better. $422. 291. $192. 316. 217. 345. 258. 235. 315. 283. 378. That's a nice 2K God pack right there. $363. And just like that, we hit over 6K. Only 800 more to be even. I would definitely say that this batch has been much, much better than the first batch. Well, the fact that we're only 800 away from breaking even from being 1,000 extra dollars in the red kinda tells me it's a lot better. 148. I mean, if not for us being in the red to begin with, we would have already passed broken even. $251. $165. 165. Sorry. A little bit low. Had something caught in my throat there for a second. Been a while since we did a save. 200 more. Wow. Very few $50 cards on this pull so far. $2,037. Nice. Very, very, very nice. We are already $1,000 and $1,500, almost $1,600 in profit. I'm not gonna lie, not even breaking even on the first set. The first set was trash. The second set has been really good. In a way, you do care. You like seeing big cards and counting profits, and you like when we get good profits. But I know you're joking when you pretend you're mad at the cards. I know you don't. Oh yeah, the cards don't care. Yeah. But I also know that while you do care, I don't think, or I know for a fact that you don't get mad at the cards actually. Like, annoyed that we're not making profit, sure, but it really doesn't affect you in the long run, but you do like it when we do, so. 345. I wouldn't say you'd ever get mad at the cards, for real. And personally, even when the cards are really bad, I just like seeing the big numbers and seeing the profit too. You know? This is not a game I get mad at. Like, ever. Other than when stinky people sneak into my shop and it ruins my reputation. Then I get annoyed and mad. 364. After this handful, I take my second and final break of the stream. 153. Yeah. Alright, time for the second and final break of the stream. Thank you so much for watching. I will be back shortly. Enjoy the break. Alrighty, we are back. Meow. Last 4 boxes. Then we open up shop. It was slightly extended, but you know, it happens. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. $2,716 of profit so far. And I was saying this a little bit off during the break, that this set has barely had any 50s. Well, the first set was like filled with them. 5,728. What a yeah, that's nice. That's really nice. Are you here? Okay, did you get that number, or did I move too fast? Okay, good. Wanted to double check. Well, easily we can afford our next box. $291. Yes, I do believe. I believe everything in the store was set up before this stream. And let's be real, even if it wasn't, it will still sell just as fine, because at most, things went up or down by $1. I don't think that makes or breaks it. 110. Yeah. Absolutely not gonna forget to put up the cards. $212. $1,120. Time to save the old game. Almost have enough profit to get two sets of boxes now. We're in the 10,000 range. Oh no, I'm not going to. I'm saying that the equivalent of the profit we have is of 2 pulls. Almost. I wouldn't have time to do another full set of boxes anyways. Essentially, we're about 3K away from that. $121. The 4th will actually be my 2-year streaming anniversary. I'm super excited about that. $283. 251. 292. 251. $441. After this next handful, I'll ask where we're at with profits. Alright, 118,000. Or 11,800, I mean. 11,800. Alright. Out of curiosity, real quick. See, if I were to go 10, that would be... Oh, whoops. No. It's this one. If I were to go 10, that would be 6,000. If I were to go 20, that would be 13. There we go. That would be 13,200. Okay. Just clear that. There we go. 13,200. That's the goal. Will I be able to do it? Don't know. It would be nice, though. $185. $1K more. Can I do it? Can I get a total prop? 96. It's close enough to 100 that we take it. Can I get the 13,000 in this last box? $345. $133. Last handful of cards. 700 more to go till, we hit the 2-box goal, or until we reach 13K. Oh well. Oh well. Close. What is our final score? What is our full profits? $12,575. Nice. I just did, but I'll save again. Okay, I believe there was something over here. Oh, no, that's just 400. Okie dokie. Wait, is it 400 or... Yeah, 409 versus 426, 422. I know I had a couple ghosts. 441. Okay, so 441. 426. Okay, so ghost is next. And 416, so back to Destiny. 416, 416. Okay, Ghost, 416. Tetramon, 409. Get that going. Okay, 409. Into the 300s. Perfect. Alright, 379. Okay. 380. 380. Price hasn't changed. 392. 399. It went up. 400. 400. 416, 416, 450, 450, 460, 457. That went down. That's about average. Yeah. Okay. 469. 485. A lot of these cards prices haven't really altered that much, which is a wee bit surprising, not going to lie. No really huge changes. Are we ready for us to open shop? Let us check these real quick. Alright. Cool. Alright. And we still made profit today. Even despite spending money on those boxes. Alright. Let's open shop. Let's show the last mechanic. You click her. Main task is maining the counter. You can have her pack the do the card machine, restock shelves, man the counter, set price. Do that as your primary task. So, yeah. Okay. I'm making sure when Stinky is gonna get in, I'm sure. Oh, nice. Never mind. No Stinks got in. Alright. I want you to restock shelves as your primary. Actually, no. I want you to refill scent machine as your primary. Then I want you to restock shelves as your secondary. No. Okay, card deal, 42. Okay, decline. There we go. So now we'll have someone also handling the machine. So if it needs to be restocked, like now, as soon as he finishes that thing, he'll go and restock it. If I'm seeing this correctly. $90 for that card. Yep, there we go. Isn't that cool? Now I don't need to worry about the smell machines as much. We'll even fill the ones back here. Alright, cool. Let's see. What? What? Oh, it was, 119. Might as well put it up for sale, I mean. Okay. There it is. I think it was. There we go. Now I'm making my money on it. Page 1. Cool. Card deal. No. Ah, jeez. Okay. I need to go into duplicates. It's the only way I'm surviving this mess. There we go. Yeah, I know my goes first, but right now I'm just trying to keep up with the supply and or demand of the cards. Now that I've caught back up a little bit, I can afford to slap them down real quick. Can't do that deal. Can't do that deal. Don't want that deal. Don't want that deal. Alright. Back to Destinies. 4. Deal. This is where duplicates come in the most handy. So I can quickly refill if I fall behind. Uh, 72. I'll decline. Even though it was a nice deal. Decline. Decline. Alright. How is it back here? No stinks. Got a stink incoming. I'm watching. This is still looking fine. So every time he stocks a shelf, he will it will automatically check his primary, which is this. So if this needs to be refilled, he will refill it instead. And then he'll go back to stocking, which I think is a super useful, super nice, super good addition to this game. I don't know about you. Okay. Sir, I can't see. Thank you. Okay. No deals. You want to give me a slightly better card that I don't own. Uh, 141 for 118? Hell no. Okay. There we go. Oh, now they also, oh, that's huge. That's a huge, 2,800. 2,800. Accept? Oh, yeah. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. That's a 2K value right there. I just got off of that card. Wait, why didn't they give it to me? Huh? Okay, I am confused. Did he not accept the deal? Because it said he had accepted it. There it is. I got that card for 2,000. I can go back to duplicates real quick. There's no way in heck I was passing up that offer. I literally got $2,000 off of that trade. can't do it. I'd have to be stupid to pass up that offer. Okay. Okay, go back to price. I can now set these two up. There we go. There we go. Check back here. No stinks. Alright, cool. There we go, 4.78. I'll go ahead and do that for you. Alright. There are customers still in the back, so there's a chance that we could still run out of cards. So. Skip that offer. Like to, but I can't. No. There we go. $548.84. Thank you. Over here, put these two cards down. I'm in the 200s, so I'm gonna have to do a couple streams worth of pulls depending on what I get. $1.40 is your change. Thank you. Okay, yep. They're all leaving little by little. Okay. Last wave. Alright. That does it for the shop. for today. Looking around. Let's see, restocking. Oh, some of these need to be restocked. A lot of cards sold. I'm just tempted to open all these. Because I want to get the bigger boxes, but it's fine. Not much. Ooh, wow. Quite a bit actually sold. I'll get to restocking after stream. But anyways, that will do it. Or after this YouTube video ends, I mean. But anyways, that will do it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to be notified when I post my next YouTube video. And if you want to catch me live, come on over to twitch.tv/OneDamnGamer, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. EST. That is when I stream. Would love to have you. Alrighty, thanks for stopping by, Mom. Anyways, have a fantastic day. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.